Welcome to the Homeowner Show, live from the Woodlands, Baker Street Pub. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to bring you the best information and options for you and your home. I am Craig Williams. Thank you very much for that. I'm the only host tonight. Kevin's not here, so we're just going to have to make this thing work. We are here live with the Networking Group, and I got a good buddy of mine, Mr. Welds.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, you doing all right?
Yes.
So, for those that don't know, I mean, so we're part of a business group. Our small businesses network together here in the area, and this has just been a great live event that we've done here on the Waterway at the Baker Street Pub. Just getting to know other business owners and operators. Have you had a good time tonight?
Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah, you have. We just gave away a cruise.
I wish I had that.
I wish I had the cruise too. That would have been a good trip to be able to take. But could you let kind of the people that might be tuning in, because we're actually live broadcasting this from our group page, and then we're also broadcasting it live over on our YouTube page. If you haven't had the chance yet, go over and follow the Homeowner Show on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. But tell everybody about this group and why we get together like this.
About the net?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, well,
You got to promote somebody else before we talk about you.
For sure,
I think that's fair.
Oh, for sure. So
Scoot up a little bit on that thing.
So
right?
the net, I've been in the net for about 2.5, 3 years, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. They've been family. We network every once a month.
Yeah, we get together once a month.
Once a month. Talk about each other's businesses and how we can help each and every business in the group.
Yeah. And for those that, I mean, most of the time we talk about stuff on the Homeowner Show to advocate for the homeowner. But tonight I kind of want to, I wanted to take just a little bit of time to talk about like how it is that businesses even like help each other out. Because this is a lot of people don't realize that that it's difficult to own a business. 2, it's difficult to operate a business. And 3, it's difficult to even get support for your business. And so, like for me, and I know for you, this is kind of our family.
For sure.
In a lot of ways. I mean, we all have our own families that are our actual families, but like this is our second family that really supports us, that really celebrates us, that lifts us up when we're feeling down, that refers us out to people and helps bring business to us.
Yes, sir.
And organic referrals is
organic.
It's the number one way businesses grow. And if I could tell homeowners anything, it's that if you get good service from somebody, one of the best ways that you, other than paying that person, because that's always the best way to support that person is to pay them, but one of the best ways that you can support them is to refer them. Like, share them with your friends. Let them know, like, hey, I had a plumbing issue, and it was really awful. And just call Paul because he did a great job. Yeah, and he's like everyone. I think you can actually see it behind you right there. He's one of the sponsors of this event. So a lot of the people that you guys meet on the show from time to time are actually people that are from our networking group.
Yep.
So and we actually met because I had some trailer issues. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, fix your trailer.
Yeah, you did. And I'm still working on that trailer, by the way.
That's good.
Well, it needs to be. It's an old trailer. But I couldn't even pull it out of the pasture till you came by.
Yeah, the whole thing was rusted out and we broke.
Yeah, basically, what do you call that thing that cranks it up and down?
The jack.
The jack basically broke off.
The jack holder.
Yeah, and so you came out and fixed it for me.
That day?
Yeah, that day. And it was super reasonable, and I mean, like, you did.
On site.
It's still there.
Yep. Did it on site.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, one of the reasons I wanted to have you on to even talk is because when you're Mr. Welds, for those of people who don't know, I don't know if they can read your shirt. If you're not watching the video, you can't see his shirt. It's got the lovely logo right there. This is Mr. Welds, my friend Randolph. And you're a welder.
Yes, sir.
So what's your, I mean, like, I know you had a previous career in welding. What was that?
So I've been welding for 19 years in the oil and gas industry.
Okay.
And I've been in the plants, never on the field.
What do you mean in the plants? What's that?
Just in shop work.
Okay.
Doing fabricating, just mainly fabricate.
Okay.
Weld it out.
For those that don't know, what is fabricating?
Well, fabrication is mainly taking a blank piece of material,
Right
and
up, scoot up a little bit.
taking a blank piece of material and then cut it into pieces and make a beautiful piece.
Okay.
Fabrication,
So everything's custom.
custom made.
Custom made.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And so how long were you doing that before you kind of broke out on your own?
Well, I've been welding for 19 years in the industry until COVID, got laid off,
Okay.
and then started networking. And believe me, networking is the way to be.
Yeah. I mean, that probably built your business, I would imagine.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's built that trust,
Yeah.
the trust factor.
Yeah. Dude, and you, I mean, like, dude, you hustle with this stuff. I mean, like, I see you. I see what you do. I mean, like, you go to as many networking meetings as you make me tired.
Yeah. So, yeah, networking is in my top first thing to do. It's all about building that trust.
I mean, for you, is it almost equally networking as it is actually doing like the welding?
Yeah, it's business.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
You know, nonstop networking, nonstop business.
Yeah. Well, and so with welding, I mean, like, I imagine some people might be listening to this going, okay, Craig, this is the homeowner show. Why are we talking to a welder? But, like, I see you doing projects on people's homes all the time.
Yeah, fix the gates, repair the gates, repair their fencing. If they need handrails, replace the handrails. Balcony handrails, stair handrails. If they have issues with the foundation of the actual metal frame, then I can repair that as well.
Right. And like, why would someone need you to come repair them? I mean, I would imagine there's a bunch of different reasons.
Well, it's a little better than buying new, because therefore you save thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
To repair it. And then repairing it will save you that money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because like if you see like a giant metal gate, like a custom metal gate that someone had made for their home, I mean, let's say it's like a 12-foot gate. So what would someone expect to pay for something like that, to have a custom 12-foot gate?
Oh, we're talking about $15,000, $30,000.
Right. I mean, like, it's a sizable investment, and so if that breaks, so rather than spending like another $12,000, $15,000, $20,000 to replace that gate, you can come out and fabricate the piece that's broken
for
a fraction of the cost. Right?
Yep.
I mean,
make it look back new.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yep. And I think most people don't even think about that. They just think, oh, my gate's broken, I just need to replace it.
A lot of people don't know how to utilize a welder in their own yard.
Yeah, I don't. They scare the bejesus out of me.
It can be anything from a gate, it can be anything from an actual art piece in the back of the yard.
Okay. Well, and then you also do you do some custom art pieces. I mean, like, I've seen you do roses, right?
Yeah, that's how that's how I started out.
It started out doing roses?
Yeah.
Was it just like metal roses that you could?
Yeah. I used to make.
How big were they?
About 8 inches high, about 2 inches wide.
Okay.
Yeah, just a basic rose. Did that for the first 2 years of Mr. Welds.
Okay.
And then
you're just pumping them out and getting your name out there.
It's funny how I made roses for welders.
Because they didn't.
They just weld. They're not a fabricator. They're not an artist.
Huh.
So I'm the artist.
So for you, is some of the like the horseshoe stuff that you see?
Oh, the horseshoe art?
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
I mean, that I mean, for you, I would imagine that's really like rudimentary, simple.
Yeah, it's quick money.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah? And horseshoes are cheap.
Yeah, horseshoes not that cheap.
Not anymore?
Yeah. Talking about $2, maybe $2.50.
A piece?
Yeah.
Really? Even used?
Used is $100 for 100.
$100 for 100 horseshoes?
Used, beat up.
Dang.
Rusted.
Is that? I mean, that's just the rate now.
And then you got to get them sandblasted.
It's better to have
It's better to buy new.
Better. less work.
Yes.
Unless you got one of those little boxes with the gloves, I guess. Yeah. Is that what that is? Sandblasting.
Sandblasting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what are some of the other? I mean, I know you do railings, you do fencing, you do gate repairs. What are some other things that you do?
So I'm a service. I do a lot of service calls,
Mm-hmm.
like trailer repairs, trailer add-ons, boat repairs, like aluminum pontoon boats, even add on to pontoon boats, whatever
What do you mean by add on to pontoons?
So the binema of the actual
You're using big words, man. I don't know what that is.
the canopy that goes on the.
Okay. That's called a binemy?
Yeah, binemy.
Okay. Learn something new.
I repair those as well.
All right.
So I had to add on to a pontoon that needed supports to support it, or else they had to take it all down.
All right.
Every use they used, they had to take the whole thing down. So I made a custom piece that they didn't have to take it down. All they had to do was strap it down.
Oh, okay.
So it was an easy fix for them. Less time get on the trailer, less time getting on the water.
Absolutely. And you want to spend more time on the water, not
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you want to spend more time, but it gives you the time.
Right.
Get you back on the water.
Nice. Anything else?
What else? So I've been doing a lot of. I've been working at the airport lately.
Working at the like the Conroe Airport?
No, Bush.
Really?
I've been doing contracts with.
Here, put this thing right.
I've been doing contracts for Bush Continental.
Okay.
So I was pretty excited about it.
That's nice.
I've been doing a lot of work for I've been doing a lot of work for home designers.
Okay.
So home designers is a good client of mine.
So what have you been doing for them?
I've been making custom shelves, wine celeries, wine rack holders.
When you say like wine rack, are you just saying like the actual things that the bottles of wine sit in, or like the braces that hold?
Both of them.
Okay.
It could be a wine cellar holder, or it can be a liquor shelf.
Ah.
And also I've made a spinning 360 wine glass holder.
Oh,
It's
really?
36 wine glasses.
Have you posted that?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember seeing something like that.
Something easy and elegant.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So what's something in the home that you could do that would be a little bit different, that maybe most people don't realize that you're capable of taking care of for them? I mean, obviously the wine rack would be one of them.
Well, I can make a whole dining set.
Oh, you can make a whole dining set.
I made my girl a whole dining set for Valentine's Day.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Why have I not seen this? Did you put a picture up of that?
Everything's up.
Yeah? Where's that?
Well, come to the house. You'll see it.
So I need to be invited over for
Yeah,
tacos.
well,
that's what
your church is right there.
Kevin, that's where he works. So, we just
come
need to
right
pop
by.
on over.
Exactly.
See this table. All right, man. So if people have any questions about, let me ask you this, because I know you've mentioned this before. There's different kinds of welds. I know you've talked about. I've seen you post online about this, that like people doing shoddy work because they don't know what kind of weld to do for like different situations. Like I know there's a difference between like welding like aluminum versus like steel or others. Could you talk a little bit about it? So what is the difference that's actually happening there?
So the difference between like steel and aluminum?
Sure, yeah.
Well, definitely steel is magnetic, and it has a little more tensile strength. As aluminum is a light grade material, but still can hold a good amount of material weight. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people use aluminum for a light material, but still has good structural purpose.
Okay.
But the thing is aluminum can be on the should I say expensive side than steel. So you have
aluminum can be more expensive than the steel.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, steel's more of a it's steel prices still going up,
right.
Of course. But
is that just because of material?
It's just how things are running right now.
Okay.
The material, everything's gone up, right?
Yeah.
So, but still, aluminum is a more tedious type of work. So it's more tedious, should I say.
Right.
A lot of welders can't do aluminum.
So, from your perspective, how do you spot kind of like shoddy welding work?
How do I spot it?
Yeah. I mean, like for me, like
years of training.
Years. I mean, like, but are there very specific things, or is it just like you see an overall picture and you're like, oh yeah, that's crap.
Well, you see a big blob. You see.
What do you mean, like a big blob? Like if you're doing like on the beading or whatever.
Poop. Looks like bird poop.
Looks like bird poop. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's basically like uneven.
It's uneven, has undercut, underfill, lack of fusion, and just all kinds of stuff that doesn't look right.
Right. So
You want a clean, smooth look.
Yeah, and when you see that, I mean, it's probably because it's like some weekend warrior that's like, well, you got a quote for 500, I could do it for 100, that kind of a deal.
The weekend warriors, yeah.
Yeah.
We know all those.
It happens every time, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, if people have any questions, they want to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to do that?
So I am on social, Mr. Weld's Custom Fabrication on Facebook.
Okay.
I do have a website. It's www.mrwelds.com.
Is there like a dot after the Mr.? It's just
No, just
MR Welds.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
.com.
Yep.
All right.
Instagram is the same thing. Mr. _ Custom Fabrication. And that's pretty much all the platforms I have.
Okay. Is there a phone number to reach you at?
Yes, 936-443-4551.
Awesome. Dude, we'll link all that up in the show notes here. And you're going to be hanging out here at the event for a little bit.
Oh yes, sir.
Did Heidi ever show up?
She's on her way.
She's on her way. All right, good girl.
She's
Anything else you want everybody to know at home?
Well, I do have one thing, one request. It's about that time for cool weather. If you need any type of fire pit, custom fire pit with a special name on it or even your logo on it, I would love to provide that if I could. And also, I can make a grill on top so you and your husband or whoever likes to grill.
Okay.
So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, could you do me a favor? Good. I mean, thank you so much for jumping on. I really appreciate it.
Very scary.
Could you? You did, it wasn't that bad, right?
No, it's still scary.
Yeah, good. Could you run inside and send me somebody out?
What do you want?
I don't care. I just want to talk to somebody. Somebody good.
Well, Adrian's been on this thing many times.
He's been on a couple times. I don't want to talk to him again.
Yeah, no, he's good people.
Dude, so speaking to him, so we're actually fixing to release some video footage of Adrian. Do you know about this?
The last meeting?
No, this is like a whole separate side project that he and I did.
Oh, wow.
So we spent some time at the gun range. We got about 2 hours of footage.
Nice.
Of us doing some pew-pew.
Man stuff.
I'm not gonna say what because we haven't released it yet, but like we've got
Man
some
stuff.
we got some stuff. We got some stuff we're fixing to
Was
release.
whiskey involved?
No.
That's good.
No, because there was firearms involved.
I'm just making sure that he was faithful.
Making sure we're being responsible.
Yes,
I appreciate that. Yeah. You don't want to turn me over to the.
So who should I get?
I don't know.
Paul,
what I tell you who would be difficult to get would be Nicole.
Nicole.
From Creasy Cleaning.
Yep.
But I haven't ever talked to. Where is he? I haven't ever talked to Reeves.
Reeves. Oh, dude.
Go grab him if you want to.
Yeah, he's a killer.
I mean, just
he's a game closer. So I think you got the good guy right there.
All right.
Yeah,
if you wanna grab him.
Yeah, I'm about to grab him. Well, thank you again.
Dude, thank you for jumping on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and keep the boat rolling. If you would jump on the page and see how that live is going.
All right. So I'm good.
Yeah, you're good, man. Thank you.
I'm gonna go get him.
Go get him. All right. If you have not yet, go ahead and subscribe to the Homeowner Show. You can do that over on YouTube. You can do it on Facebook. You can also follow us on Instagram, although we don't post any videos over on Instagram. Well, we post reels and different fun things like that. Kev is not with me tonight, but I'm sure he's going to be interested in checking this out. He was super sorry to have missed this episode tonight, but we are here with The Net and the group of businesses that have put this networking event together here on the Woodlands Waterway at Baker Street Pub. I am currently enjoying a yellow rose made right here in the Houston area. It's quite delicious. And so I am working my way closer and closer to being Two Bourbon Craig, which is the funnest host of the Homeowner Show. Let's see. I actually just got back from a really cool trip to the hill country. We went out to Canyon Lake, and it is crazy out there right now. I think the water level down at Canyon Lake is down almost like 7 to 10 feet. But what was beautiful water, the crystal clear. We took my kids out there, and you can like the deer just walk up to you out there. They don't know that hunting season is upon them, or maybe hunting season doesn't ever come to that neighborhood. But the deer, I mean, like the does and the bucks, they just walk right up to you, have no problem whatsoever. But we had a really, really good trip. We actually went to the Natural Bridge Caverns, which, if you are in the Texas area and you've never been to, is an incredible tour that you can take. You can almost go like 200 feet underground to see all the stalactite and stalagmite that they have down there. I think they said that these caves were discovered back in 1964 by like 4 college students at St. Mary. And it was through like a 22-inch hole in the ground that they actually crawled through to find all these caves and these just vast open spaces underground. When you get down to like 200 feet underground, they say it's like 70 degrees, but it's like 99% humidity. You can almost like chew the air. It's crazy down there, and so it feels like 85 degrees when the humidity's that high. But anyway, we are still here live on the waterway. Thank you guys for joining us online. We really appreciate you jumping in and being part of the show. If you have any questions, feel free to send those in. I actually haven't checked the comments in a while. Let me see what's going on here. All right, Kelly, say hi right back to you. Appreciate you joining the show. Let's see if we got anything else going on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He's coming?
I found him.
You found him?
He's business talk right now.
Oh, you doing business talk?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else wants to jump on?
I can try.
Just see if there's anybody. Anyway, getting back to the natural land bridge that we went to. That place has kind of become its own little theme park. I mean, my kids bought these. They were basically like bags of sand, and they have these panning stations where you can buy the different bags that you buy. They actually you pan for fossils, you pan for like gems and all these different things that you can do. To JoJo, you want to jump in here? Come on, girl. We're actually live on the net page right now on Facebook, and I had the video messed up for a little bit, but now everyone can see your lovely self.
Hey y'all, how we doing?
So, Roland just a minute ago was explaining a little bit about what the net is, but if you could just let everybody know what this group is, what it's about, why we're here, all those things.
Absolutely.
You put this thing right. If you can't hear you, they can't hear you.
Gotcha.
There you go.
It's falling on me.
You just hold it up. There you go.
So the net is a net for all other businesses, all other business chapters to get together, get to know one another. We are building ourselves. We are building our community. We're growing. We're serving our community as well as each other. It's just a great time to get to know people that you might not otherwise ever meet. You can only do so many different like social media marketing, print marketing, but there is a real magic about being in person, having experiences with one another, genuine connections. That's what it's all about at the net.
Yeah, and we couldn't pick a better spot to have it. I mean, one, we have the foot traffic walking by. I can't tell you the number of people that walk by and just kind of give me the side eye, like what is going? And it's because they're reading all the names on the billboard here.
Oh yeah, did you? If Craig hasn't told you yet, I'm sure he has. Every logo back here is a founding member of the net. We started as a different network group back in 2020, and with the pandemic happening and everything, it kind of phased out for everyone else, but we believe in each other, we believe in ourselves, and we stayed together, and now we've created our own thing, and here we are.
Yeah.
2 years later.
No, we had a great turnout, and who I was telling Roland we just gave away the cruise.
Yes.
Who won the cruise?
Okay, this is the best story. So this man, literally, he told me that this afternoon, he Googled what to do in the Woodlands tonight, and Level Up Networking popped up. So he came, and he was telling everyone all night, he was joking, I'm going to win the cruise. I'm going to win. And we're like, yeah, sure. I'll be your +1. We were pimping him out, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Marianne chooses the card, not looking. She picks him. This guy, his jaw drops to the floor.
He was excited.
He was so excited. That alone made this whole night special to me, just to see his face. It was so sweet.
Was he a veteran?
I'm not sure.
I mean, he was wearing like
Was
a special
he?
force. Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Okay.
So that
I
makes
thought
it
so.
even better.
Yeah, I was like,
Aw.
man, I'm excited for that guy to get it. Looks
Yeah,
like
me too.
that guy deserves a cruise.
Yes, he does.
Absolutely.
100%.
And so tell us about your businesses then, because I know one, you've been
How
on the
much
show.
time do you have?
I got plenty of time. The internet is always live.
Honey. Where do we start? Okay, so we just talked about the net.
Uh-huh.
That is the baby business, so we'll go backwards. The one I opened before the net is called the Corner Cravings. We are a vendor market in Conroe, Texas. We have amazing local artists, chefs, entrepreneurs, anyone who sells products or services that is local to our community in the North Houston area is welcome to be a vendor or a sponsor. We've had quite a few net members. I've got to say my favorite is Kathy O'Hare with KO Creations. Yeah. She's amazing. It's basically the same concept as this, except it's more for you're going to reach the demographic of just the local community. You're going to get a lot of moms and families, and it's just a really fun thing to do in Conroe that is safe for children, safe for parents. It's free to attend, and you're supporting local business, so it's also good for you, too.
No, one of the reasons I love that you started that is because I find it so difficult because we're both in the service industry,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know, like, and it's difficult for us to refer out those businesses that don't fall into that category.
Correct.
You know, and so like you've kind of created this venue where you can do that now.
Yes.
You know, like you can highlight those businesses that do things like what Kathy does, and some of these other creators and people that, you know, just make things that I can't make.
Exactly. Same. Yeah.
But like it's
totally.
You know, for us, it's like well, no one really asks us about that kind of stuff sometimes, and so but like we love those people and we want to promote them, and so like you've created just like this incredible venue where people can come in and sell the things that they make.
Yes, so I especially cater to like the side hustlers, the moms in the garage, the people working out of their office with a baby on their arm,
Yeah.
who might never need a storefront, never want a storefront, but they want to reach those people that they will not reach with social media.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's where I come in.
So and then people probably recognize you because you've been on a couple times with Affordable Air Repair.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. And that's my AC business as well. I'm sure if you listen to Homeowner Show, I think it was episode like 80 something.
That's probably right.
Just
There's-
listen to all of them. Listen to all of them.
You'll be wiser and
and
smarter.
you'll find me on there eventually.
It comes through. So
Yeah.
we're kind
No,
of
there's
getting to
some
the
really good episodes.
we're coming to the point now where like people are wanting us to like put more episodes out, and so like we've been like we just did like a replay today of like an older episode that people really liked, and so we
Yeah.
like hey, we're gonna put this one out again. Make sure you listen to it if you haven't, and because we have so many people that come on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's like, well, you haven't listened to this one. This one was
Right.
like 2 years ago, but it's a great interview. Listen to this one again. And just reintroduce those people, because like some of them we just don't have a chance to talk to again because like they live in California or Michigan or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to mess with that kind of stuff anyway because it's
More difficult.
I like being in person.
Yes, see, let's circle back, land the plane, the magic of being in person. If you can't make it tonight, I encourage you to try your best to make it to our next one. I'm talking to the venue tonight, and we will announce it very soon. So stay tuned. Make sure if you're seeing this on the net, make sure you like and follow us. Go to our directory. Every single person in that directory, I've used most of them. They're amazing businesses.
Yeah, so we get together once a month.
Mm-hmm.
But how often are we going to do things like this?
I want to say maybe every 6 to 8 weeks. It's
Okay.
going to be a little further in between because they're going to be bigger events. Sponsorship opportunities will be available for anyone. The only stipulation that I
Yeah.
kind of do is I limit the number of sponsors.
Because we only had 4 tonight, right?
Correct.
Okay, do you remember who they
Yes.
are off the top
We
of your head?
had, yes, I do.
Okay, I don't mean to put you on the spot. I just want.
Trying me. We had, oh my gosh, now
I know Paul.
yes, Corey and Ashley Reeves with Reeves Realty. We had Laundry Fairy with Lila Taylor. She's amazing. Okay.
So we just talked to her. We're actually going to do a whole episode with just her.
You need to. I was
Yeah.
just about to say that.
Yeah.
She's magical.
So like it's what it
Literally.
It's
Yeah.
what it is. I mean the name is the business that the laundry. She does your laundry.
Yeah.
But we're
yeah.
going to talk to her. We're going to find out how it works. We're going to get all the information because if there's one thing my wife will sign up for, it is that.
Yes, 100%.
Have you used their services?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm one of those weird people that likes to do laundry.
You like to do the laundry.
I've like had a toxic relationship for a long time, and then we got it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's
So
good.
like, are you from beginning to end? I mean, like,
Oh yeah, I love it. The whole thing.
ironing and everything. Yeah. What? Okay, so
Don't fact check my husband. He might tell you.
so are you meticulous in the sorting and you like all
Yeah,
that?
I fold my husband's underwear. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
So my wife is like, it's underwear. It just goes in the drawer.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'm
can't.
I'm like, I want to fold everything,
Yeah, same.
but
Yeah.
I don't want to do the laundry, so I don't really get a choice.
And then my daughter's clothes. Y'all will probably relate. My parents out here, them little baby clothes that look like little Barbie clothes.
You fold those?
No,
No.
I hang those up.
Hang those up.
Yeah,
See, okay, so that's
I know y'all
okay.
were wondering.
Let me ask you this because this is something that's bizarre to me. My wife hates folding clothes, and I don't blame her. Like, I enjoy it. She doesn't like it. So her answer to that is, I'm just going to hang everything up.
Oh, okay, I see where she's going with that. I just don't have enough room in my closet.
That's
like I actually don't. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, like, and for me, it's like, give me some drawers, and I can do this. But like, so she has like 80% of the closet space now because it's like everything's hung up. Everything.
That's me.
Everything's hung up.
You know, it happens.
So, but okay, what about ironing? Do you do any ironing?
Only if I need to.
Only if you need to.
Only if I need to.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the one thing I'm good at.
Really?
Oh yeah, I can put a
Okay.
crease in a pair of pants like nobody's business.
Y'all heard it here first. Craig just volunteered to do my ironing for the rest of 2022.
You bring it over and I will knock it out. It is.
I've got witnesses you can't see, but
It
there
is-
are a bunch of people behind us, and they are shaking their heads.
It is
So we're
therapy.
good.
Hey, so I
yeah,
can kind of
let's
see
get
that.
some people in here. Have you talked to Robert?
I've talked to Robert many times, but
Okay.
isn't this the guy that just won the cruise?
Yes. Do you want to come talk? Oh my gosh, y'all. If you have not tuned in, tag your friends right now. I'm about to show you the salt of the earth. My favorite human being. I met him 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago.
And he just won a cruise. Yay.
Let's get him out. Let's see if I can fix this thing so it's not
Yeah.
like wobbling around on everybody. Come on in here, sir. You can grab those right there. All right, put that right up next to your mouth. All right, so we have never met. I'm Craig.
Alan Blair.
Alan Blair, good to meet you, man. So we were just asking. It's like you just won the cruise.
Yep.
That may not help. I think it's going to be that one right there. You may have to kind of
that
hold
one.
it up. Are you trying to get out of here?
There we go.
In a minute. Can I give you a card? Thank you so much. All right. So JoJo was telling me a little bit about this. Tell us how you even ended up here tonight, because I think it was kind of a random.
Well, Tony Bradley, who's my old girlfriend from 40 years ago,
Uh-oh.
she called me up and she said, I've been looking at some networking events, and we literally did a search on networking in the Woodlands.
Uh-huh.
And this popped up. And she said, we should go to that. And I'm like, okay. So we went. Here we are.
Is she here?
She just left.
She
just
left.
walked off. Yeah.
Okay. So what does she do?
She's a real estate investor.
Oh, real estate investor.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, this is the homeowner show, in case you didn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, wow. So do I get a plug too?
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you do?
I own a company called Texas Energy Saver. I'm a division of Power, which is the 43rd fastest growing company in America, and we do solar.
You do solar?
Yeah, we do solar.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it. I went to school for it and everything. And
So do you guys just work with one brand, or you guys kind of like let's look at the spectrum and see what's going to work for you?
that's what I like about the company I got with. They train us. They've got more. They offer more different products than anyone else. They're just a really super good company, and I'm excited about working with them.
Well, I'm actually really excited that you're here. I have lots of questions about solar, if you don't mind.
No, lay it on me, man.
All right. So, what are some things happening in Texas right now that maybe a lot of people don't realize are happening with solar?
Well, one thing is the credit just went up. The federal tax credit is now 30%, dollar per dollar.
Okay.
You can write off 30% of your system if you buy a solar system.
So right off the top.
Right off the top.
Is that in the first year, or?
You can do it you can amortize it over a few years.
Okay.
So, yeah. Also, the great thing about it is we say, you don't rent your car and you don't rent your home, so why rent your power? And you know it's going to keep going up. So when you get into a solar deal, you have a set price. It never goes up. And once you've paid the loan off, you own the panels, so you're not paying a power bill anymore.
Okay.
But you start right out paying less money than what you do for your power. I literally had a friend call me today that said no just a month ago, and he got a bill today because his power rate went up, and he got a $593 bill, if I remember correctly. And he called me and goes, my bill's $593. Can we talk about that solar now? Yeah, because I can cut that in half.
Yeah. I think it was 2 months ago, I had a $900 power bill.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep.
So we've looked into solar before. The issue I've run into, and maybe you can help me with this, is I'm with a company that doesn't sell back to the grid. I get credit, but I don't. Yeah, they won't buy back
most companies don't. Now they give you a credit. But that's good, because if your system, if the company you work with puts together the correct system, you have what's called a 100% offset. And that means that during the day, your system creates more power than you use, and that goes back to the grid and you get a credit. So at night, when those panels are not making power,
right,
you're running off the grid on those credits that you have.
Okay. Yeah, because you still get like a grid charge every month, right? That's just standard.
Well, it depends. Yeah, some people say, well, I got a $20 a month, and then I see people's bills that are negative because the
credit rolls.
Yeah,
okay.
The power company still owes them. So
yeah.
So it's a really, really good thing. What got me in it was that last summer I was living up in Fort Worth, and they were warning us of power rationing and brownouts, which means they're going to cut your power off in the middle of the day when it's 100 degrees.
Right.
And my girlfriend and I started panicking and buying window air conditioning units and generators and stuff. And of course, winter before last, if you remember, right here in the Houston area, there was a freeze that lasted like a week.
Yep.
Power outage and a freeze that lasted like a week. And so I guess realized they're not reliable. The power companies are not reliable. And then they built these big wind farms up in North Texas and West Texas. Drove by one just a week ago. There wasn't a single blade turning. And they're saying that's the reason for the power rationing this summer. If they had
they're not generating
because they're not generating any power.
Yeah.
So
well, that's obviously wind's not going to be as reliable as solar. The sun, come up every morning for at least the last 6,000.
and everything has a carbon footprint, and creating these solar panels also has a carbon footprint. But the company that I'm with, the company I was mentioning, Power, they give back, they plant trees, they do a lot of things to offset the carbon footprint of manufacturing solar panels.
Sure.
So it's a very good thing. Good thing.
Yeah, because it's expensive to manufacture those things for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's blowing up right now. Everyone's like, wow, I can't believe all the people that I'm meeting, and they say, what do you do? I'm in solar. It's like, what? Give me your business card. I've been looking into that, but I don't know who to go with. And
I think that's the big problem with solar in general is I think most people want to know somebody, but rather than just have like a stranger come into their home and let me see your power bill and let me and so it's just weird. It's a weird sort of relationship when you're like, I'm going to spend $80,000
right
on a solar system and I don't know you.
Yeah,
that's a big chunk of change.
And you know what? Honestly, I get a lot of traction from being a veteran and being a former Special Forces. Right?
I was going to ask you because I see the hat.
Yeah, people see that and they're like, "Yeah, man, I'll do business with you." And I'm just like, wow, cool. But I'm very big on ethics and honesty, and that's why I wanted to go with this company. They give us a lot of great training. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing when I go see somebody. I don't even want to accidentally lie to them. I want them to get the best deal they can get and save money, and that's gratification at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, if I can ask, where have you been stationed?
Oh my God, where hadn't I been stationed? Well, I've been all over the world, but mostly on the West Coast.
West Coast?
Yeah.
So I have a good buddy. He was underwater demolitions down in Key West.
Yeah, and that's what they used to call SEAL before they called it the SEAL team. It was called UDT. And in 1967, if I remember correctly, is when they changed the name to SEAL.
Yeah. So he actually, so like most people don't realize that Key West is sort of divided into two islands.
Yeah.
Because there's the naval base, and then there's actually like, where everybody else hangs out. So he took me over to the naval base, and I didn't realize that like underwater demo actually trained actual seals and dolphins to do a lot of their underwater demo stuff.
Yeah.
And so he kind of took me through and showed me all that kind of stuff.
And the training is pretty amazing. It's tough too. I met an Army.
It's not as tough as the stuff you went through, I would imagine, but it's very similar.
Yeah. I met an Army Ranger recently, and he goes, "Hey man, we did all the same training that you guys did." I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "How many times did you swim through fire?" And he looked at me and he said, "What? Swim through fire? We didn't swim through fire." I said, "That's right." So be careful when you're trying to compare notes with a SEAL, because we had to swim through fire.
Yeah, absolutely. And they drown you guys.
Literally.
Yeah. Multiple times, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. But if you're a good enough swimmer, you know how to handle it. Yeah.
Well, there was a, not to get off topic, but I was listening to, are you familiar with Steve Rinella? Meat Eater. It's a show on Netflix.
Oh,
it's
no, I haven't
it's a hunting. It's a hunting thing.
Okay.
So he's recently got into like spearfishing. And they've started this whole other podcast telling like really scary stories of things that happen. Oh, thank you. Out in the wild. And one of them was a spear fisherman, and these guys who do these deep dives, and like these guys are going down like over 100 feet free diving.
Oh yeah.
And he was this.
We did a lot of that.
Oh, I would imagine you did.
Yeah.
And he was talking about this one guy was telling a story about how he ended up having to like spear his friend through the leg in order to get him back to the surface because he was too far away from him and he had blacked out in the water.
Yeah.
And he was too far away to swim to him and actually survive the resurface. So he speared him in the leg and then resurfaced and then dragged him up. And I didn't realize that like the human body had this like reaction where it actually like shuts down breathing at a certain point and won't, and like it's like a survival mechanism that the body knows it's underwater and won't breathe until it can't do it without oxygen anymore, and that's when you drown.
Yeah, and I went through a similar event. My equipment failed.
Oh.
And I was about 120 feet and my equipment failed, and so I literally drowned and swallowed a bunch of water, but the guy I was with was just a good enough frogman that he pulled me into the boat, and they pumped the water out of me and did CPR and got me back on. And then he broke it to me, we got to get you a new tank and we have to go back down again because...
Like as soon as they revived you, we got to get you a new tank and go back.
You have to come up slowly and you have to come up distances at a time because nitrogen will gather in your blood and you'll get what's called the bends.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, the bends can kill you. And it can strike you right at that moment or it can strike you 2 days later.
Oh.
But it didn't hit me, so when he revived me and got all the water out and I got through throwing up all the water, he put a tank on me and we went back down and decompressed properly coming up so that I made sure that I wasn't going to get the bends.
Oh. And and correct me if I'm wrong, the bends is what you get when you come up too fast.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right, yeah.
And that's what you're just describing, the nitrogen in your blood and all that. Okay.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was in the Philippines, actually, when that happened.
Oh,
I was
really?
pleasure diving.
Oh, just for fun?
Yeah, but the equipment failed, yeah.
Dang. So how long have you been out now?
I've been out for about 40 years.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Well, you don't look a day over 20.
I'm an old man. I still do the gym 5 days a week.
There you go.
I take care of myself, and so...
Well, most guys that I meet that come out of systems like that, it just doesn't leave their system. I mean, it's just part of who they are for the rest of their lives.
I'm very disciplined, and I've never lost that. And I still, like I say, go to the gym 5 days a week, and even people I know are just like, dang, dude, how do you do it? I push myself. And I believe that a truly successful person strives for success in every aspect of their life, their health, their business, their mindset, everything, their love life, everything.
Well, do you mind if I circle back around to solar real quick?
No, go right ahead.
Oh yeah. Excuse me. One of the things I was going to ask you is how important is it for people nowadays to look at a secondary system for their solar, meaning like a battery backup or a generator backup? How important is that for you when you're talking to new customers?
Okay, I think it's important to me, but a lot of customers will just get the panels. What people don't know, or what most people don't know, if you buy just the panels and you don't have backup batteries or you don't have a generator, then if the grid goes down, so does your house.
So does your
Even
house,
though you've got the panels, because you're connected to the grid, they shut you down.
Because it's not point to point.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you have a battery system and the power goes out, your house is still running and it's running off those batteries. And it can run off those batteries for 20, 24 hours, which is enough because when the sun comes back up, your panels are charging those batteries again.
Right.
So yeah, most people don't realize that, but currently the battery technology, though it's good technology, it's very expensive. So for most people, it makes more sense to buy a generator, a Generac, or something to that effect.
Like a natural gas kind of a deal if you have
That's
access.
the best way to go, the natural gas, because then if you have gas in your home, you can literally route it to your generator,
Right.
and you never run out, no matter what the outage is. You're not carrying around a bunch of gas cans or keeping those stored in your garage, which can be dangerous.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Dude, so the guy that co-hosts the show with me, he recently sold his house, and before they closed on the house, the lady that was buying his house moved in a bunch of lawn equipment to the interior of the home, like gas cans, lawnmowers, and all this kind of stuff. And so like he was going back to pick up a couple of things. He shows up and there's all these gas cans like inside his house that they haven't closed on. And he's like, what the hell is this? Like there's combustibles inside my home that I still own.
Yeah.
And this lady's just moving this stuff in here. People don't realize like it's just not a good idea.
Wow. And another thing people don't know about solar, I get questions about it, was like, wait a minute, if I buy this solar, what happens when I sell my home? Well, solar adds 4 to 6% on the value of your home.
Okay.
And since it's a fixed price, anybody who does a little bit of research realizes it's better to have that solar. So your house will sell 20% faster on average than a home that doesn't have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you get a fixed payment. You're not paying a super high electricity bill, and the payment never goes up.
Well, because I assume most people that sell their home pay off the solar before they with the note.
No, they roll the loan right over to the new buyer.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, you can do that. That's
okay.
Right. Yeah.
Are most buyers willing to do that?
That's a good question.
Don't know?
I'm going to guess that most do, and if they look at it, we call this a no-brainer because, did a friend of mine's just today quoted him on one because his light bill came in, it was so high, but if you're paying $420 on the loan for your panels, but your monthly bill is between $400 and $800,
right?
You're paying $600-700 average. Then why wouldn't you want to do it? It never goes up, and they say that power companies go up about 4% per year on their rates. Right now, the average is about 16%. And we have a little slider on our presentations, and you roll it up to 5 years and 10 years, and you see how fast those bills go up. So solar just makes sense.
For sure. Is there anything else that people need to be aware of? I mean, I know you said it's 30% right off the top, right?
30% tax credit.
Tax credit. Yeah. Is that state? Is that federal?
It's federal.
Federal. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there anything Texas is doing to incentivize people right now?
Depending on the county you live in, some may have an extra incentive.
Okay. Do you know of any, is Montgomery County doing anything? Or
I don't think they are.
What about Harris County?
I don't think Harris is either, actually. But with a 30% tax credit, if you pay $100,000 for your system, you can literally get a tax credit of $30,000. It's dollar per dollar. It's not a write-off. It's a tax credit.
Yeah, which is, with what you said earlier, that if you can amortize that over several years, that could be really valuable.
Yeah, because then you're never paying taxes, at least for several years or whatever.
Right.
And I've literally had customers come to me and go, wow, I need this because I've got a lot of business taxes.
Yeah.
So a gentleman in here that's got the air conditioning company, he owns his building. He saw my card and he was like, yeah, we're going to talk. I'm like, okay.
Is it this guy right here? Jehu?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Is. Yeah, Jehu, that's him. Yeah, he wears that ball cap well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Super nice fellow.
He does all my AC work, man. He's fantastic. He's been on the show a couple of times.
Very nice.
Very good guy. So yeah, if he wants to work with you, I encourage it.
Yeah, we give $1,000 referral fee too.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody that refers a job and we sell it, then it's $1,000.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
Well, so what else? What other things about solar should people be aware of right now that maybe they don't know?
It's growing really, really fast, and with the prices of power continuing to rise, you might as well do it now, because it's at some point you're going to want to get it. And the predictions are, and these are predictions, you know how that works, is that most of America will have solar panels at some point.
Okay.
Most American homes will have them.
Yeah.
And we're right in the boom stages of solar right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so are you seeing prices across the board kind of remain steady? Are they going down, going up? What are you seeing with what's happening with the prices of the actual product?
The prices have been staying pretty steady. One of the things we're starting to see now is these rising interest rates. That's
so that's affecting people's.
Yeah, except when you see that your bill is going to be this, and it's a couple of $100 a month less than what you're paying.
Right.
That interest rate is not as big of a deal now.
Yeah, but I do think that's something important for people to pay attention to. I saw something the other day. It was like somebody who bought like a $600,000 house back in I think it was like 2019, right before COVID hit, is paying the same mortgage rate as someone who bought a $335,000 house right now.
Whoa.
Just because of interest rates.
Interest rates, yeah.
Because it went from like 2% to like 6.5%.
Yeah.
And that just drastically changed the payments that you'd be making on a 30-year mortgage. And so, which, I mean, like, that's insane.
It is insane. Absolutely. Yeah.
But I think it was Einstein that pointed out, like, compound interest is like one of the most powerful forces in the world.
Yeah, and when we do an analysis and we do a great interactive presentation, it's very comprehensive thanks to technology and satellites and stuff. And we show on there what your loan, the total of your loan is going to be, but we also show what you pay if you pay cash. And some people will pay cash and just purchase the system. It's a big difference, though.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference.
I mean, if you have the cash, it makes complete sense.
Sure. If you've got that kind of money, sure.
Absolutely. So, okay, well, I've got your card here, but if people want to get a hold of you, how do they find you?
They can go to txenergysaver.com. That's txenergysaver.com.
Okay.
Shoot us a note. We'll give you a call back.
All right. And if they want to get a hold of you, do they email you? Do they?
They can email me at alan@txenergysaver.com, and that's ALAN.
Okay.
Yep. Or they can call 682-243-0631.
Awesome. I appreciate you sitting down with us today.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me.
And congratulations.
This has been a great networking event. It's my first time here. I'm totally
glad you
impressed.
came, man.
I met lots of great people. Made some great connections and everything, and then I won the doggone trip. I won the cruise.
Do you know where you're going? Where you want to go?
Oh, she told me, but you know what? I was so in la la land at that point. All I was thinking about was which girl I'm going to take.
No,
I mean, honestly,
the choices are endless.
Yeah. I'm an old dude. I still do okay with the women. So,
Mazel tov.
That's it, man. All right.
So, well, man, I appreciate you jumping on, and it's really, really good to meet you.
Thanks. Great meeting you. Y'all have a great evening.
Thank you, and thank you for your service.
Okay.
All right, guys. If you haven't had a chance yet, subscribe. Homeowner Show on YouTube, on Facebook. Follow the net or any of these businesses that you see behind me. Or really any of the ones that you can't see because you can't see all of them in the video shot. Thank you guys so much for joining us.